Well, hello there, and welcome to another creative vlog with me, Johanna Rosolen. On today's vlog, we are going to go on a sketchbook date up to Mackenzie King Estate in Gatineau Park. And I'm so glad you're here with me. First stop was Farm Boy, a local grocer, for me to pick up some lunch items. We did have a picnic lunch on our day trip up to Mackenzie King Estate, so I just wanted to show that. Then it was up towards the park. It's about a 45-minute drive from my house. So on this sketchbook date, I went up with my friend Roxy and her daughter, and we set ourselves up around some very beautiful old ruins in the estate park. Roxy and I both brought our watercolors with us, as well as pencil cases full of different pens and pencil crayons and different mediums. And so we both just got right into our first little bit of our sketches. So here I'm working with some watercolor, and I was doing this based off of my observations of what I was looking at. So this sketch here is, I do call it a sketch, even though I'm starting with painting. I do feel like I was sketching with my paintbrush. I did not work with any sorts of preliminary sketching or pen work, whereas I think Roxy did. So my friend there, Roxy, she just sort of had a different process and a different method of doing her work, which is just lovely. And that's basically, one of the most important parts and one of the most interesting parts of being an artist is that we all have our own process and we're unique that way. So we both sort of worked on these sketches for a good hour and we chatted away, and then we decided it was time to stretch our legs. So we got up and we walked towards the actual spot that we were sketching, which are the ruins. These ruins are salvaged parts of buildings that had been saved, and Mackenzie King himself set up this area called the Abbey. Some of these pieces come from the original Parliament building in Ottawa, Ontario, the nation's capital in Canada, and really it's just such a beautiful spot that has all these really interesting old architectural pieces for us to look at and wander around. After that, we decided to wander back to our spots, and I was just sort of having a little look at my sketch, giving it some contemplation, and we sat down to have our picnic lunch. My lunch included some really great blueberry basil tea from Farm Boy, a sandwich, and some peaches and cucumbers. After that, it was back to my art, and I decided to add many layers, this time using pencil crayons, colored pencil crayons, markers, pen, and even a white acrylic paint pen. Roxy and I have been friends since we were 4 years old, and we've been making art together since we were 9 when we were in grade 4 together. So to be able to do this now, where we are both turning 45 this year, it just feels really special. We make it an effort, and we make it sure that it happens often, that we get to go out and do these sorts of sketchbook dates together. It's not always easy to carve out that time, but I know both her and I feel a lot of fulfillment when we do it. And so after we spent a good, I'd say 2 hours on these sketches of ours, we decided to get up and put our things away into our cars and go check out the rest of the site. This particular spot is a cottage. There were 2 cottages actually, and in previous years they were closed off to the public, but now they're open for the public to wander through, and they're set up to feel very sort of like a replica of what these cottages would have been like back in the early 1920s. This is a beautiful living room space. You can see the old typewriter and the old writing desk, as well as this beautiful brick fireplace. We just felt like it just felt so cozy and like such a calming place to be. After we took a look around the cottages, we wandered down to the waterfront, which was just such a beautiful spot, and soon it was time to pack up and hit the road. This day was just such a beautiful day to be together, to make time for art, to make time for being creative, and I hope that these vlogs help inspire you to do the same thing. You know, every time after I do these art dates with my friend Roxy, I'm just left with so much gratitude. Gratitude for the time together and gratitude that I get to make creativity an important part of my daily life. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I will see you on the next vlog. Take care, friends.